Welcome to another haircut by Mark and Sydney. Say hi, Sid.
Hi.
Okay, so now I'm going to cover a haircut that has actually plagued me for years. I haven't seen many other hairstylists struggle with it, but if you have, this is the video for you. This is that haircut where they come in and they ask, they're like, I want it at the collarbone here, but I want it like just slightly shorter in the back, but it just hugs the neck in a really weird area. I feel like this is a very hard area to get the length just right because it's hard for us to get in there, especially if they don't want graduation. This is not a graduated haircut, but it is an angled haircut, right? So this is the haircut where they want it one length, but they want it sitting above the shoulders and they want it long right here, just resting along the body. So, I have to think about, I still start in the front, like with my graduated bob, but then I'm gonna show you my different technique to get it to go to the front. So let's assume that this is her collarbone, just because for density wise, I really want you to see like a thicker length so you can see. So I'm gonna cut both sides at her collarbone. And make sure again, because the front length, like I said, I feel like is the most important length because it's the length they see. Most women don't care too much where it is in the back. The problem is when you cut down at the collarbone and you don't go short enough in the back, it'll start to flip on them when they style. So here's what I do. I turn around to the back and then I take a small little sliver of a section in the nape. And I determine where that point is. If somebody has a hunchback that comes out right here, I know that I have to go this short. If their neck is really smooth and they don't have a huge shoulder or something, I can go a little bit lower. So I go just to that length, wherever that length is, where I know it's gonna hang straight in the back, okay? So I'm creating a point A, and I already have my point B that I'm cutting to. So let's say the shortest is right here. Like if I go any longer than this, it's gonna start flipping on her. So I'll just go ahead and determine that, right? Come back and forth. Get my water bottle. If the hair starts flipping like this, what I love to do is comb one direction, the other direction, and then comb down, and it should lay down just like that for you, okay? So going forward, how I connect the back to the sides is if she's sitting like this, I will have her turn her head to the side and down like this. So let's imagine the doll head, she's positioned like this. I'm gonna have her turn her head and push her down like this, okay? Not too much, just like a little bit so that you're not working on the shoulder, you're working more on this part of the body and not over here. So then I will take diagonal sections right there along the hairline. And I will comb down this hair and then this hair. And then you can see that connection, and I will cut it without any tension so I don't get a hole behind the ear. And I will continue up, taking diagonal sections that way while her head is tilted over and down to the side. And I will work all the way to center back. Again, working with zero tension. And the nice thing about this is usually we're taught to pull everything to the back and then hope that by over directing it, there's enough length to fall forward and cover it. But cutting like this, there's no doubt that you're not gonna be cutting a hole behind the ear because you're cutting it with zero tension, straight forward. Thoughts?
Love it.
And this allows you to work in an area that for me is always really tricky to work in. then we'll do the same thing to the other side. I'll have her turn her head to the left and down. Take tiny sections along the hairline. This is usually where you get your hole because it's over directed and maybe we cut it too short, and when it comes forward it doesn't connect with the front. It's really super important not to use any tension on this. Unless they have really, really curly hair, I might use the widest tooth part of my comb. But I can see my guide here, my guide there. And again, that all important length, that front length that they're like, I want this exactly here. You don't have to worry about when you're starting the haircut in the back, worrying, oh, I hope this goes to that length in the front. And then if it's too short, you're like,
I'll make this angle a little bit longer.
yeah, you gotta like change up your angles. I think that's like the thing I do the most. Like I said, I create guides for myself. I know I want this length here. I know I want this length here. Like, and then I just make them connect. And then you just work through the top, bringing it down and make everything match. And then you have the angle with it being one length, but it should be, you know, depending on whatever angle she needs, it will be angled towards the front and it won't be flipping on the shoulders because you've already determined that length in the back is not going to be so long that it's going to flip on you.
Gorge.